Why can't we who hold these positions of power also remember? Forget your tribe, forget your class. Make a difference for the nation and for the country. And so we call out the question of abductions. We need the National Police Service to give us tangible answers. You can't deny and say you don't know what is happening. It's not you who was arrested. It's not you who was abducted. And yet at the very same time, it's your same police officers who are saying they have found the body, yet you're saying you do not know. Or you need to tell us who is the person killing Kenyans. We had a regime where we had killings in Nyara, bodies being picked up. Now we have abductions on a day-to-day basis. We need to stand firm as a nation and as a people. I call upon us as well, the way we have been called upon, let us starve corruption as advocates. When I was the vice president, we had a session about talking about corruption in our courts and what is the role of advocates. So when people say that I have not called it out, I called it out, and we had a session in the presence of our courts, and we had a webinar that was physical and virtual, raising concern and telling our members, if us as well, we don't engage, then we'll be able to cut down on corruption in our courts. We'll be able to hold, when we hold ourselves accountable, we'll also be able to hold the other side accountable.
The abductions that are going on are either committed by some of the security operatives or with the connivance or sufferance of the security apparatus. And that must be called out. And it's not an excuse to say that, the Gen Zs or some of the people in Kenya have taken to, abusing social media. That is true. But there's no way an abuse in the social media can call for death. As we continue, we must acknowledge that there's a problem of corruption. And usually it is said that it's corruption in the judiciary. But there will be no corruption in the judiciary unless it's facilitated by a practitioner. So as we call up the judiciary, we must call ourselves. And that is the truth. And all of us here know that there are people who have become merchants at law. What they take cases not to argue, but they take cases to negotiate. And they must be called out.
It's a time that we must call ourselves into very sacred conversations, both within ourselves and collectively as members of the law society, and even our colleagues in the judiciary and our colleagues in the JSC, and even senior counsel. The uniqueness about us and the fallibility about our existence as human beings is because our greatest moment will be when we realize our purpose for being alive. Because when we die, certainly we cease being merchants of time.